What's up, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? It's been well, scratch that. How you doing, everybody? We're still doing more October stuff, so yeah. Here's another video from Ava Pop Culture: 10 Best Halloween TV Show Specials of All Time. As you know, I did a reaction to Garfield, and last week I did like a review on Family Matters, Stevel, and Stevel 2. Which hey, I've been wanting to do that review, and hey. After watching the episodes and plus enjoying those was pretty good and worth it. But yeah, let's check out what Chase has to say about this. And before we begin, did you subscribe and hit the bell? If so, let's check it out, shall we? And go.
Horror movies in
The
haunted
fuck?
houses.
Okay, there we go. Hell yeah.
You know, Halloween isn't just about horror movies in haunted houses. For
The
generations
last
of
drive it. I
us,
gotta get a shirt like
Halloween
that.
lived right there on our TV screen in those one night
I just reacted to that.
TV
Oh,
specials
Sleepy
that help
Hollow.
make the Halloween season
Oh, the
feel
Great Pumpkin.
so electric.
Wait, I gotta check if
From
we can react to that.
sitcoms to cartoons, cult
Buffy.
icons, and even gothic Disney ghosts,
Supernatural.
they all had their time in the Halloween spotlight. So
Of
grab
course,
your candy buckets
Elvira,
and
no
settle
shit.
in because tonight I am counting down the 10
Joe
best
Bob Briggs.
Halloween
Ooh.
TV specials
Wait.
of all time. Let's get spooky. Pop that tape in. I got you. Let's go do this. Halloween specials are still some of my favorite things to watch. I even built in a whole day in my 31 days of Halloween watch list video to do nothing but dedicate it to these Halloween specials that we
Hold on, I gotta
all
check
love
something here
so
for a minute.
much. Make sure you check out.
Okay, everything's good. I was confused which video was this. Not confused when I repeat this one. It was 11 hours ago, so okay, we're good.
That video, but here we're going to get right to the list with number 10. We're
Oh?
going back to 2001
Ooh.
with an episode of Friends. It's the one
Huh.
with the Halloween party. This
Ah,
episode aired in
damn.
season 8, right at the height, sort of the last few years of Friends when it was just absolutely huge. And it still remains their only
Yep.
true Halloween special. They were very famous for doing Thanksgiving specials, but this year Halloween got its moment in the spotlight.
Big ass
And
bunny.
it's truly funny. You have Chandler, who's reluctantly wearing Monica's pink bunny suit as his costume. You have Ross showing up as Spudnik. He's like a potato with antenna. And you also have Phoebe's running issue with Ursula, which is funny as them being twins. But you also have a great arm wrestling contest with Chandler as a pink bunny. You've got him wanting to go against Ross as Spudnik. That's absolutely hilarious.
That'd be funny.
Jennifer Aniston's costume in this was kind of a gag where she just dressed up as pregnant Rachel, and that kind of became a funny thing behind the scenes. This was one of the highest rated Friends
Damn, really?
episodes of all
Cool.
time and of that season.
Oh, was
proving
this
that
like
fans
a month after
still
9/11?
love those Halloween specials.
Yeah,
Friends,
2001.
the one with the Halloween party, comes in at number 10.
And get more ads. Shit.
Cero pagos por 3 meses. Con la compra de cualquier unidad Hyundai.
No, we
pagas
can't skip
nada
the
por
ad.
3
Fuck.
meses. Disfruta de este beneficio aquí en Hyundai de Calle.
Amazing said. And shut up.
Veamos qué decide el árbitro.
God damn it.
pepperoni. Tu pizza favorita un precio.
Ugh.
Specials, Friends, the one with the Halloween party, comes in at number 10.
Yep.
Now, number 9 on the list goes back a lot further. This is one that I grew up with. It's 1985's Garfield's Halloween Adventure. You got
I
Garfield,
just did a reaction
you
to
got
that.
Odie, you got trick-or-treating. What could go wrong, right? Actually, this one was known in a lot of broadcasts, not as Garfield's Halloween Adventure to start with, but as Garfield in Disguise. I knew it as Garfield's Halloween Adventure. But
Oh,
this special
okay.
turns surprisingly scary and dark pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
As it feels cozy, and then you've got this dark and stormy night with Garfield and Odie dressed up as pirates until they stumble across a haunted house
Sup, bitch?
where ghostly pirates are set to rise from the
Oh yeah, I
grave.
forgot the hat makes
Behind the
a
scenes,
reaction
the
as well.
screenwriter for this, Jim Davis, admitted he wanted kids to feel a real scare
Oh, yeah.
here. So the haunting scene with the old man warning Garfield about the ghost is left intentionally, ambiguous. Is he alive? Is he a ghost? It was intentionally left that
Yep.
way to make it more scary. The animation even has a real kind of creepy, shadowy style.
yeah.
It feels much more like a horror movie than a kid's car.
That's great right there, because when I did my review back in 2022, oh boy, this was awesome. And recently I did my reaction to it, which, hey, it was awesome. It's because, okay, the animation though, damn, it hits all the right places. Like, this is from 1985. It's still hand-drawn animation, plus hand-painted. Beautiful, including the lightings, the colors right there for each scene. Nuke and Cranium right there. Perfect. I kind of wish we had this back then, but I think we live in now the digital age, so it makes things more quicker. Because back then, how many pages did it take to make that scene? For one scene, Jesus. Continuing.
Cartoon, and it's that tonal shift from how it starts with Garfield and Odie to being very scary and dark. We actually see the ghost in this. At the time, it was one of the scariest things a lot of kids had seen. I still love it to this day.
Yeah.
Dark and stormy to kick it off. Garfield's Halloween Adventure from 1985, one of my favorites. It comes in at number 9. Now, number 8 on this list is one that doesn't feel that long ago, but it's been 17, almost 18 years ago at this point. It's 2008. It's The Great Pumpkin, Sam Winchester, from Supernatural. Now, Supernatural did over 15 seasons of a show, over 16 years on air of monster hunting and mythology and scary spookiness, but their Halloween themed episode back in season 4 is still one of the big highlights and ones that fans had been waiting on for a while. The boys face a witch. Sam and Dean face a witch in this one that is trying to summon Samhain, Samhain, however you want to say it, the Celtic god himself, the origins of Halloween in a lot of ways. For fans, we wanted this because it was Halloween Supernatural style meets urban legend stuff, complete with pumpkin carving, trick-or-treating,
not urban legends, more like cult, like
the showrunners
Celtic
were actually a little bit nervous
mythology
to do
right
this
there,
because the series is already surrounding ghosts and all that kind of stuff. But when they did, they just heaped it with tons of eerie small-town Halloween vibes, Halloween lore, pumpkins all over the
he's
place,
enjoying that
just
candy,
tons of atmosphere.
Hey, give that Impala some
made it
respect. Come on.
even bigger because they tied in the lore of the whole show to this sort of special Halloween episode and Monster of the Week type thing. It still ranks as one of fans' favorite episodes of all time. It's The Great Pumpkin, Sam Winchester from Supernatural.
Well,
comes in at number 8.
You don't give the treat, you get the trick. And here got the fucking ad.
Mi nombre es Carla Cruz, propietaria de Tavo La Trattoria Local.
And you're back.
Sam Winchester from Supernatural comes in at number 8.
Let's continue, shall we?
Now, number 7 on this list, you can't do a list of Halloween specials without going back and involving Elvira. So we're doing Elvira's Halloween MTV special from 1986.
What was that?
She's an icon, synonymous with Halloween. The dark hostess herself, Elvira, at the time, was already hosting late-night horror flicks when MTV tapped her to host this big Halloween blowout that's full of a mix of skits and campy horror bits and music video and bands. You even had the Bangles showing up on this thing. And this was during MTV, like at its peak of cultural power, and Elvira at her peak of power here, and her double entendres and Bowdy sense of humor was a perfect match for, at the time, MTV's sort of rock and roll rebellious brand. And this one right here, this Halloween special, cemented Elvira outside the world of horror films as a pop culture icon for people.
And she still
somehow
continues to this
did
day.
not
She's
know
in
her,
her
and this
in her
one became a
70s.
tradition through the years. Elvira's how.
Let me pause it for a minute because, dude, Elvira's still doing it. Like, she's in her 70s and she aged like fine wine. No joke. Damn, she had aged a day. Whew. And yeah, if you saw her history, like from her early days to what she is now, damn, she's an icon when it comes to, like, the Halloween horror. You can't compare to anybody. The Mistress of the Dark. Well, technically, hers is more like a mix of other characters like Vampira. Then you get, well, first one's Vampira, Morticia, Lily Monster, and Elvira. The four gothic women of horror. I think Vampira was the original actress who played Vampira. Had beef with Elvira, I think. I don't know. I don't know if it was her or the actress who played Morticia Addams, the original, Carolyn Jones. Gotta check.
Halloween specials were legendary. Shout out to Joe Bob Briggs and his Halloween specials, which I also love. But Elvira
The pumpkin.
comes in
Yoink.
at number 7. Now for number 6, we go way back. I mean way back to 1949 with the adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad and the legend
Hell
of
yeah.
Sleepy Hollow. This is Disney's classic, which aired on TV every October for decades.
Yeah.
It was
Ignore
narrated
the
by
day.
Bing Crosby.
That's
You
when
had
the
story of
night
Ichabod
scene
Crane
kicks in.
and the Headless
This is
Horseman
gonna be fun.
in this, which mixes, typical Disney sort of whimsical fairy tale style that always kind of leans a little creepy if you think about it back in 1949 with
Yep.
the genuine gothic chills of this.
Originally, it was going to be his own movie, including the Wind of the Willow. But due to World War II, it had to be like what they call it, a package feature, which features both of them in the same movie. Same with Fun and Fancy Free, you have Bongo, which was narrated by Dana Shore, and Jack and the Beanstalk, which was the final time Walt Disney voiced Mickey Mouse, was narrated by the famous ventriloquist Edgar Bergen, along with his friends Charles McCarthy, Mortimer Smurr, and Luana Patton. If you don't recognize her, I think she appeared in Song of the South, along with another character, which I think he was the voice of Peter Pan. You know what I'm talking about. Rest in peace. But continuing.
Story, and for many kids, especially at that time, it was their first real sort of brush with horror.
Yeah,
Still
that right
wrapped
there.
up in the Disney magic,
Because,
a
yeah.
spooky staple for generations. And
Who
really,
did that laugh? I want to
you
know.
could argue
That is
that
menacing.
Sleepy Hollow tale right there gets
It went from dark to
more
dark,
things
bloody
right
red.
with Sleepy Hollow as it's based on the story than any other incarnation
Yep.
of Sleepy Hollow. Disney's animators, to help make this thing more spooky, they leaned into German expressionism
Oh, yeah.
influences, where you, for the
Bro.
Horseman sequence, where you have like the sharp shadows and angles in the
I'm sorry, but let's see that scene again. Because, Jesus. Okay, let's see that scene
Hollow.
again.
Disney's animators, to help make this thing more
let's
spooky, they
see.
leaned into German
Okay.
expressionism.
Look at that. The
influences
horseman going on the
where you- for the
moon.
Horseman sequence, where you have like
Right there. You see Ichabod's face like, what the fuck? Like, right there. He sees something so horrifying, he made that face. And don't say BB Brown Bones pulling the prank. Because if it was Ron Bones, he won't be making that damn face. You know that's something more terrifying. How you know that's the actual horseman? You're seeing what's inside of him, werewolf's a neck. Oh boy.
Sharp shadows and
That was
angles
a good
and
scene
the
right
eerie
there.
moonlight and all that stuff. And then you have Bing Crosby narrating it very smoothly. You've got all this kind of stuff.
And bam!
And there's some ambiguity there with Ichabod.
Man, look at that. You
His-
just want to
his
put a
fate.
portrait of that right
Did
there.
he die or just run away? It's one of those things that's stuck in a lot of kids' memories. This one,
Well, the old
full of
ones, we don't
creepy
know.
atmosphere
Now, you
done
will say-
Disney's way. Ichabod,
Is that an
Mr.
actual
Toad, The
prop
Legend of
for the
Sleepy
ma-
Hollow
for
from
that?
1949 comes in at number 6.
What's number 5? And here comes stupid ad. Oh? Okay.
This is how unrecognized masturbation addiction looks in men.
What the fuck?
Ichabod and Mr. Toad, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow from
Get
1949.
that AI shit
comes
out
in
of my
at number
sight.
6. Now, I could not do a list like this without one of the best shows as far as doing Halloween specials ever, and
What?
that is Roseanne. We're going to
Oh.
1992's Halloween
Oh.
episode here, and Roseanne kind of invented the idea
Was
of
that before she
sitcom
went full-blown
Halloween traditions happening
batshit
every
racist?
year. I mean, they started in the 80s, and they just did them, and they kept getting bigger and bigger.
John Goodman?
One from 1992 sticks out, although I can grab and throw in clips from anyone because they're all awesome. But this one, the Connors went all out with
Three
costumes,
Stooges.
pranks, haunted houses.
Batman and Robin?
And this one stands out because Roseanne skips the holiday only to be visited by the ghost of Halloween past, present, and future, sort of a Christmas Carol style. The haunted house sets on Roseanne were some of the most elaborate sets ever created for a sitcom. The cast demanded they continue this tradition. The crew treated the Halloween specials like mini movie type episodes with bigger budgets, tons of props, tons of effects, and the episodes consistently got bigger and higher ratings.
Oh.
In this one, they're pranking each other. There's so much going on in this episode. It is just absolute classic. I could pick any episode. I love when they're pranking each other. All this stuff, I could throw it at
I
you.
heard Family Guy's
because
about to
all
do
of
their another Halloween
episodes
special
are
because
absolutely
I
fantastic.
think they did one with Rupert come to life was he trying to kill Brian. Yeah. And their new one? Okay, how about we survive serial killers? I think American Dad did that first when Santa tried to prove he had the haunted house by putting actual murderers in his house. Which, let's see Roger say, oh, they're not scary. I just let them out. Yo, what? Yeah. And thank Toji for killing them all with his samurai moves. And also being an overprotective brother because let's just say Steve and his sister, Toji's sister, let's just say they're having a little fun and being Toji, let's just say he's overprotected and of course since Steve failed to bring her back by the hour, yep. He brings out the sword, he's going to kill him. Damn.
But Roseanne had to be
I'll
on the
continue
list,
here.
checking in at number 5. Now, number 4 on the list is one of my all-time favorites because it
Which
comes
one?
from one of my all-time favorite television shows,
Oh?
and that's 1997's Buffy the Vampire
Ah,
Slayer
okay.
Halloween episode,
Halloween.
appropriately titled Halloween,
Pumpkin.
which takes guts in and of itself to name a
Ooh,
Halloween
ouch.
centered horror.
I think the reason why they removed the rules is because someone sits on
Halloween.
it.
That's pretty
Oh,
gutsy
boy.
to do. Buffy already
Oh, that was
had
her.
vampires, demons,
No problem.
witches, all kinds of forces of darkness there on the Hellmouth in Sunnydale.
Doink.
But the season 2 Halloween episode flips the script because Buffy and her friends get turned into the costumes that they are wearing because
Oh?
the evil Ethan Rain blows into town and casts a spell on all of the masks and everything that comes from his shop.
Is that a
Very much
brain?
Halloween 3 kind of
Oh.
inspired here. But it turns the people into the costumes they buy. So Buffy loses all her superpowers, her memories, and she becomes a noblewoman, sort of a princess, and she's suddenly helpless. Willow, who is dressed as a ghost, suddenly becomes a ghost. Xander turns into
fuck?
a military commando, and what is interesting about this is not only did fans love seeing the Scooby Gang, as they were referred to, outside their normal lore and dynamics, they built this episode into the lore of the entire series that ran for another 6 years after this.
Damn. Fuck.
Hola, mamá.
This is
Estoy aquí
stupid.
pecando, así que seguro te pierdo.
You won't lose me.
¿Y de dónde tú sa-
They
Go Saints.
built this episode into the lore of the entire series that ran for another 6 years after this. And Xander's turning into a soldier played huge parts in other episodes. So much of that stuff was used later on. I find that very cool. It gave fans and people watching the show an idea that the Hellmouth was full of magical and spooky chaos.
Wham.
It all really laid the groundwork on the Halloween episode. One of my favorites. I still watch it every year. Buffy the Vampire Slayer's Halloween from 1997 comes
Okay.
in at number 4. Now, number 3 on this list is one that is animated, but it's also one that I find genuinely not only fall and autumn coated, but also very creepy, and that is
What?
1993's The Halloween Tree.
Oh
This
yeah.
is a Hanna-Barbera special.
Yeah, this
that
is a good-
adapts
this is a
Ray
good special
Bradbury's
right
novel.
here.
Now, Ray Bradbury's also responsible for Something Wicked This Way Comes, which I love. He
Okay, among like all of Halloween animated specials, the Halloween Tree. Okay, here's a funny story. I hadn't seen it in years until I saw like check on Pinterest as a poster of it. Like, oh, make sure we're watching. Plus the music score for the opening, and it's the same composer who did the score for Hocus Pocus, the opening. Same person. Like, oh, I didn't know that. There's a lot of Halloween specials I want to do. I think I might do a review on Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge, because if you recall, I did a review on the first one, which, hey, I had to keep a promise. I had to review the other 3. Yes, because there's Halloween, Halloween Town 2, Halloween Town High, and Return to Halloween Town. I already did 1, I gotta review the other 3. There's also The Little Vampire, Phantom of the Megaplex, which that's a very good one because it features Mickey Rooney saying, I quote, which is actually the most iconic quote of all of the film, said by the late great comedian himself
has
of the
his
golden
finger
age of
on this
Hollywood.
sort of creepy,
Hey,
cozy,
Stonehenge.
but genuinely scary vibe that involves kids. This is based on his novel,
Yeah.
and it actually has Bradbury himself narrating in this
Mm-hmm.
cartoon. You also have Leonard Nimoy doing some narration as
Monstrow.
the mysterious Mr. Monstroud in this, as you have a group of
Monstrow.
kids that travel
Mr.
through
Monstrow.
time, learning the origins of Halloween.
And the fact I
and
didn't know that was Leonard
traditions
Nimoy,
to save
the way
their
he
sick
hides his voice
friend's
with that
spirit.
is pretty cool.
Bradbury definitely was involved very heavily
Oh,
in the
yeah.
production of this one. He wanted to make sure that the cartoon, that this TV special, stayed true to the story's themes about death and cultural traditions and Halloween. He wanted all
Oh, yeah. Well, you find Nintendo's the old one, had to keep an eye on Universal and Illumination for not screwing up the Mario Bros. Movie. If they hadn't done that, they wouldn't have made their $1 billion. It's one thing. The offer always has the higher decision. And this film is good. Rest in peace, Mr. Bradbury.
that to remain intact. The book even
I want to get
won
hands
an
on the book to
Daytime
read it.
Emmy Award, and this was the first time that American kids, a lot of American kids, really learned more about other Halloween traditions that
Oh,
we
yeah.
have mixed into
They
ours,
ever did?
from Mexico's
Egypt.
Dia de los Muertos and the Celtic traditions with Samhain or Samhain and all the other
Where
global
Halloween
stuff
came
that
from.
we've kind of pulled in. A lot of kids learned about
I'll
it
pick
right
him.
here.
Eh,
So you can
Monster
say
of
it's
the Mummy.
educational in that way, but it's damn sure spooky and heartfelt, but very autumnal.
Yeah.
Lot of
Even the
autumn
music.
vibes in this one. I think it's aged
Look at that.
beautifully. The Halloween tree.
No, the
from
Halloween tree design of it
1993
looks
comes in
beautiful.
at number 3.
And another fucking ad. Cookie.
From 1993 comes in at number 3.
What's number 2? Man, look at that. Beautiful.
Now, number 2 on this list is another all-time favorite. I probably watch this thing. I watch this even when it's not Halloween time because I just love this so much. I love most all of them. But if you got to pick one that's the icon, it is 1990s The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror.
Oh, yeah.
1. Their Halloween special from 35 plus years ago at this
From
point.
season 2.
But this is the first Treehouse of Horror, and they're literally up
Never
there
mind,
in the
never
treehouse.
mind.
It was just called
Yeah,
Halloween
yeah, Bart
Special
is the
to start with.
Raven.
It became the Treehouse of Horror
Eat my shorts.
because they're in that treehouse telling ghost stories. And this
Well,
one
you have
kinda
Maggie right
changed
there joining the fun.
Halloween TV horror cartoons and specials forever. It broke it
Oh.
into an anthology
Poltergeist.
segment. You had the Haunted House parody that's a parody of the Amityville Horror and Poltergeist sort of put together.
Hungry
And
of the
then
Damned.
you have,
Alien.
the Kang and
To Serve
Kodos
Men.
introduction, which is very much a send up of the Twilight Zones to serve man with them. A great little segment. And then another one of my favorites, you have Edgar Allan Poe's The
Raven, narrated by the late
narrated
great
by James Earl Jones. This one is actually used in schools
Rest in peace,
and
James
colleges
Earl Jones.
today as this awesome reading of this story that
To the
added so much
Pendulum,
gravitas
The
on what
Telltale
could have
Heart.
been a throwaway kind of thing.
What was that one?
But the idea of breaking their normal format to go with this anthology and to do these takes on these famous horror films and sci-fi shows and all this kind of stuff became a yearly tradition that is going on some 30
Oh, yeah.
plus years later. It's
Look how many. Whew.
more into a horror atmosphere. Some of them later got more into parody and a little more funny. But this first one leaned heavy into the creepy tones and the horror atmosphere, and I think it's the most iconic
Yeah, I'm right.
of them all because of it. But pick any one you want. The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror TV specials are among the most iconic and
Yep.
best Halloween TV specials
Always.
of all time. This one checks in at number 2.
So what's number 1? Charlie
and that
Brown?
just leaves number 1, and if you were waiting on it, we are in our time machines and we're headed back to 1966 for It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, the ultimate king of Halloween
The one that
TV
started it all.
specials. Linus waits all night in the pumpkin patch for the
Because back in the day, there was no special. You had some like these comedy about ghosts and that, but not an actual Halloween special. Henceforth, Charlie Brown. This actually started what Halloween specials are. Charlie Brown started the same way like Rankin Bass does with the holiday specials, like for the Christmas season. Charlie Brown would start with Halloween, and boom, we got memories.
mythical.
Sure, you
great
have
pumpkin
cartoons
while
that,
Charlie Brown
yeah, like
gets
like
nothing
in
in
Disney, you have
his
like a Donald
bag
Duck
except
cartoon
for
called
rocks,
Trick or Treat.
Trick-or-treating. CBS executives were actually
But not like this.
nervous to do this
Look
at
at
the
that.
time. You're talking about
Dolly
1966.
Madison cakes.
They thought the special would flop because it was kind of spooky centered. They thought it was too slow,
Bullshit.
too
It's
melancholy.
success.
But instead, it became an annual tradition that
Mm-hmm.
aired every October for decades. The mixture of the sort of innocence of the Peanuts
Oh,
game,
yeah.
that sort of sadness, the wanting, the magic, the cozy autumnal vibes,
Coca-Cola.
all of it makes
You know
for
what's funny?
a perfect
They also sponsored the Christmas
Halloween
special as well.
TV viewing experience. It's kind of hard
Dolly Madison
to argue.
cakes.
You've got Snoopy in there.
Never heard
and
of
his
it. Do they
imagination
exist?
of being the flying ace that carried on. There's
I know
so
they got it
much
from General
that
Electric
goes
as well.
on with this that is just so iconic today. It all kicked off there in 1966. I don't think I get any argument putting It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown
Read by the man
as
himself,
the
Charles
number
M.
one
Schultz.
TV show special for Halloween of all time. So there you go, the 10 best Halloween TV specials of all time, from a ghostly, creepy Garfield to Roseanne's Haunted House to Disney classics to Charlie Brown in the Pumpkin Patch, Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Supernatural, fighting demons, hunting things, the family business. These shows defined October nights for
Yep.
generations. But let me know which one is your favorite. Which one is a tradition of yours? Let me know in the comments some of the others that you love.
Tail to a
Again,
Heart,
shout
Ozone,
out to Joe Bob. Didn't make the list, but I
the
love
Penguin?
Joe Bob's drive-in and his specials
Doink.
over the years. And if you do
Joe
too,
Bob
if you
Bridge.
love this kind of thing, we're spooky season focused right now, but we do all kinds of lists, movie rankings, deep
Who's the one
dive,
with him? His
nostalgia
wife?
documentary style videos, so much stuff here. And if you enjoy that, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. If you'd like to support what we're doing here,
Already
or
subscribed
can
to you,
join
bro.
my Patreon link below. You get your name and lights on every single video, behind the scenes looks at my filmmaking, special members only 4K physical media reviews, all kinds of things, and everything goes back into the channel, and I really do appreciate it. But until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Stay spooky. Bye-bye.
I agree. Well then, you heard a man? You got your specials right here? Go check it out. And to tell you the truth, I agree with him 100%. You got these iconic Halloween specials that, man, you rarely see these anymore. Like, if you go to these old retro channels, they got that. Hey. But yeah, there's some I remember, some I don't. But yeah. And if you agree with his review, agree with what he says, good on you. But yeah, if you want to check out his channel or his videos, hey, I'm going to leave the link to the original video down below so you can check it out right there. And comment down below what else you want me to do a reaction on. Because hey, we're still in October. Bring me some good stuff. Until then, if you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe, hit the bell, like this video. And let's keep this October on the move. But till then, stay safe, peace out, see you next time. See ya.